Shmuel says that that's not so. Shmuel says Gerish v'shemen, only the amount of flour in oil is makiv. Ein davar acher makiv. Ula Shmuel, according to Shmuel, afal gav the tana bekra loy ma'akvalei. I think you read this as a
So
question.
he doesn't hold from this thing that
This right. That's a statement of Rav. Shmuel argues.
Right.
Even though the Torah repeats it, it's not ma'akiv. Ela kol heicha the tana bekra v'adei ma'akvei. It has to be ma'akiv. V'hacha b'malei kumtzei b'kumtzei k'miflgi. Rav and Shmuel are arguing about one specific case, and that case is the verse that says a full scoopful. We're going to see the machlekes here. First, it quotes a brayso, the Tanya. It says in the pasuk by Kmitza, it says that he will take from there, he will scoop from there, maloi kumtzoi, a full scoopful. Another place it says, vehirim mimeno bekumtzoi, he will lift up with his scoopful. Now it changes the way it says this. This teaches me that shalayase mida lakaimetz, that he needs to use his hand. He can't use a vessel, a measuring cup that's been measured out. How big is his kaimetz? And he can't turn it into a vessel, into a measuring cup, and then just measure it out with that utensil. So Rav Savar, Hanami Tana Bikra. Rav holds that this is something that's repeated in the pasuk, Diksiv, as it says, Vayakri v'semincha vayimale chapi mimena. He will bring the mincha and he will fill his hand with it. Now, this pasuk is not by the Karban Mincha. This pasuk is by the inauguration of the Mishkan, by those menachos that they were bringing for the inauguration ceremony. Shmuel goes on and says, Deris Mishal Yalfinan. It's actually not repeated because that was a one-time event. You can't learn things that are required for all generations from something that was done one time. V'layalef Shmuel Deris Misha. Shmuel doesn't learn from things that were done at one-time event. We know this clearly. We learned this together. But Tanan was taught in the Mishnah. Klei alach mekachem esalach. Vessels that are used to hold liquid sanctify the liquid that's put in it. Midas yavish, measuring cups that are meant to measure dry things. Mekachem esayavish, they sanctify what's dry. Vein klei alach mekachem esayavish. However, vessels of liquid don't sanctify dry things that are put in them. And not dry things will sanctify wet things, liquids. V'amar Shmuel, and Shmuel says about this brayso, or this Mishnah, Lo yishanu ela midos. This was only taught about measuring utensils. Aval mizrakais, but if they're just bowls, plain bowls that are used to catch the blood and that, so mekachim, they will sanctify dry things, even if they're made for liquid, because they're not measuring. Diksiv, as it says, Shnayim Malayim Soiles. Both of them, both the plate and the bowl, were filled with flour. This was by the Nesiim that they brought 12 on each day. They brought another one, and it was repeated 12 times. And each one brought the same sacrifice, the same offering, and it was bowls that were filled with flour. Now, usually the bowls are not filled with flour. Usually the bowls are filled with liquid, blood, or whatever. So we see that these bowls can sanctify flour.
And the fact that it's using
problem
something
is,
that's not normally used, it's
right.
okay.
Okay.
Right.
The problem is that this was a one-time occurrence.
Oh.
This was not. Oh, it's not. This is not done for all generations. Obviously, Shmuel does learn Dairis, Shah for Dairis, something that was one time for all generations. The Gemara says Shani Hasam, the Tana Beikra, Tracer Zimnin. You can't compare. That the pasuk repeated 12 times. That sort of gives you the message. But if it's just repeated twice, one time was in the was in the Shah, it was in a one-time occurrence, that's not going to teach you for all generations what it needs to be. Amalei Rav Kana v'Ravasi l'Rav. Rav Kana and Ravasi said to Rav, these are Rav's students, V'arei Hagasha, when it comes to bringing it close to the altar, the Tana Bekra, the pasuk repeats it. The word Tana over here means to repeat. A Taf and Shin are interchangeable, so you would read it in Hebrew.
Shana?
The Shana Bekra, that the Torah repeats it.
Changes.
No, it changed. Is to Shina, but
Okay,
Shana
Shana
is to
learn.
go over,
Okay.
is to repeat. The word Mishnah is to repeat. Road. V'lei Ma'akva, bringing it close to the altar is not Me'akov. Man Tana Bay. This got to be a mistake here. It's where does it repeat? Man usually means the one. It is usually whom, which is always a person, right? That's man, but it must be mai or something. Where is it repeated? Diksiv Zeis Teras Hamincha Hakri Veis Bnei Aaron Lifnei Hashem. It says that this is the laws of the mincha. The sons of Aaron bring it close to Hashem. Okay, that's to establish the place. Okay. This tells me that's just the first time that it says it. The Tanya, as it says in a pasuk, it says in a brisa, Lifnei Hashem. It says that it's brought in front of Hashem, the Karban Mincha. Yachal b'mayrav. Maybe it's brought onto the west side. Talmulei Mer al Pnei Mizbeach. It says no, it's brought to the face of the Mizbeach. The face of the Mizbeach is the south. Yel Pnei Mizbeach Yachal b'darim. If you bring it to the south side, then to the face of the Mizbeach, then maybe you bring it to the south side. Talmulei Mer Lifnei Hashem. No, you have to bring it to the west. So we have two contradictory verses. Where is it brought? To the west, to the front of the Mizbeach, or Lifnei Hashem, in front of the entrance to the sanctuary, which is on the west. HaKetzad, how do you resolve this? You bring it to the southwest corner, and that will be enough. Rabbi Eliezer Reimer, maybe you could bring it to the west of the corner, l'droima shel keren, or to the south of the corner. Amrit kol makom shatamoitz shtei mikrois echen makayim atzim makayim chaveiroi vechen makayim atzim avatal chaveiroi. If you have two verses, one of them supports itself and supports the other verse. One of them supports itself and negates the other verse. So minichem eshem makayim atzim avatal chaveiroi v'teifsin eshem makayim atzim makayim chaveiroi. You ignore the one that negates the other verse, and you only grab onto the one that supports both of them. If you can apply both verses, then that's the one that you're going to use. If you say that it's in front of Hashem, at front of the entrance, the Mayrav on the west, Batal Talpanim and Mizbeach, then you're not doing it in front of the Mizbeach. Bedarim, which is on the south. When you do it on the south, Bedarim, then Kiyamta Lifnei Hashem, you're still going to be able to do in front of Hashem. Vehecha Kiyamta, how are you going to be able to do in front of Hashem if it's on the south, it's not in front of the entrance? This opinion holds that the whole Mizbeach was on the north.
So this picture
Like
is
this
wrong?
picture over here.
The
So it says
picture, you got to move the picture up, and therefore,
Durham is the end. Like the end. Mariv is where the Kodesh Kadoshim
yeah,
is.
but this picture is wrong. All you have to do is you have to
picture's
use
wrong, right?
this picture.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I have multiple pictures here.
Oops.
I have all the illustrations. Huh? Let me see. What's that?
Yeah.
Marshall does it right.
This is the one. So that picture, see that? That means that corner is directly in front of the southwest corner is directly in front. Okay, let's stop over here.
So Rabbi, this is not how it was set up in the bishop. This is not.
It's according to one opinion.